तलोद्य नृतुंग विग्रहः प्रतिदादे वैकावये अभियाजत् तस्मै नमस्ते अभिदेदे हिदाय इति. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. At the end of the millennium, ignorance personified assumed the form of a demon, stole all the Vedas and took them down to the planet of Rasatala. The Supreme Lord, however, in his form of Hayagrīva, retrieved the Veda and returned them to Lord Brahma when he begged for them. I offer my respectful obeisance unto the Supreme Lord, whose determination never fails. Perfect. Although Vedic knowledge is imperishable, within this material world it is sometimes manifest and sometimes not. When the people of this material world become too absorbed in ignorance, the Vedic knowledge disappears. Lord Hayagrīva or Lord Matsya, however, always protects the Vedic knowledge, and in due course of time it is again distributed through the medium of Lord Brahma. Brahma is the trustworthy representative of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, when he again asked for the treasure of Vedic knowledge, the Lord fulfilled his desire. Hare Krishna, and thank you all.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. So, we are actually discussing for past 2-3 days regarding this chapter 18, where the prayers was offered by in Bhadrashra Varsha. It's one of the Varsha's tract of land in Jambūdvīpa, where the king headed by Bhadrashrava and his associates are praying to the presiding deity of the land, Hayagrīva. So this is the last verse today for this prayer. Next, from 7 to 14, we'll be having the prayers to Lord Nrsimhadev by Prahlad Maharaj in Hari Varsha. So if we see this, the Srimad Bhagavatam. We began this fifth canto by the teachings of Lord Nrsimhadev. Even past 2 days, we were discussing how Nrsimhadev was giving his instructions to these 100 sons about Naham Deha Bhajam Nirloke Kashtan Kaman Harasi. That verse, very famous verse. And then Pumsastriya Maitini Bam Tayor Tahu. All those verses we discussed yesterday. So Lord Nrsimhadev, before handing over the kingdom to his children, 100 sons, he is giving instructions how to handle it, what is the value of human life, and how this austerity and spiritual practices are very important. And then we know one of the son is Bharat Maharaj. And Bharat Maharaj is actually following the instruction, is ruling the kingdom very nicely. And he retires after a certain age for his Krishna consciousness. And he's while practicing his austerity in the forest alone, in a secluded place. He's seeing a deer. And gradually he becomes attached to the deer. And while he's leaving his body, he's thinking about the deer, so he takes a deer body. And then again he becomes very cautious in the deer body. Then he takes birth again as Jada Bharat, and he resumes his spiritual practices in the proper mood, and he attains the spiritual kingdom. Then now we are in the section 18, chapter 18, where 16 to 19, 3 chapters, 16, 17, 18, and 4 chapters are mainly focusing on this Vedic cosmology, where it is specifically mentioned about the various planetary systems, and especially Jambūdvīpa. And this 18th chapter is dedicated to the prayers offered to the Lord by the residents of Jambūdvīpa. So there is 18. There is one more chapter again offering the prayers. This 19th chapter is also there. After that, actually, after that 18, we have description of the island of Jambūdvīpa. So 19th chapter will be how this Jambūdvīpa island is there. So all the descriptions are there. So here we are seeing prayers, all the prayers by the residents. Here we are seeing at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 prayers by different inhabitants. And then in the 19th chapter, balance 2 prayers are there. Prayers to Lord Ram by Hanuman in Purusha Varsha, and prayers to Naranarayana by Narada in Bharata Varsha. That is our earthly planet. So that is prayer 9. So 9 prayers are there. So Jambūdvīpa, all the 9 tracts of land, all the 9 prayers are there in the chapter number 18 and 19. Then again further in the 19th chapter, the demigods are glorifying the Bharata Varsha and the islands that are surrounding Jambūdvīpa. So with that, this Jambūdvīpa section is continuing up to chapter number 19. And then from chapter 20 is again more elaborate description about the different planetary systems and different hellish planets, and all those things are there. So by the big ending of this chapter, when Parishit Maharaj is asking about, when hearing about the different hellish planets, Naraka, he becomes very disturbed about the condition and the punishment given there. Then in 6th canto beginning, he is asking Sukadeva Goswami how a living entity suffering so much can actually be rescued or protected. Then Parishit Sukadeva Goswami is answering the pastime of Ajamil, where if you take the shelter of the holy name, how we can be always under the shelter of the Supreme Lord and be protected, and we can stay away from all this hellish planetary system. Like that, the 6th canto is beginning. Bhagavatam family tree. So here we are seeing this prayers by, actually it is verse numbers 1 to 6, but by mistake I think it is written only 1 to 5. Prayer to Hayagrīva. Today we are going to see about Lord Hayagrīva in the prayer by Bhadrashrava and associates in the Bhadrashrava Varsha. So this is today's last final discussion. Actually it is up to 6 verses. And we will go to the today's so at the end of the millennium, ignorance personified assumed the form of a demon, stole all the Vedas and took them down to the planet of Rasatala. We know this 14 planetary system, Atala, Vitala, Talatala, Rasatala. So at the bottom was below the earthly planet. Earth is at the 7th position, and below that there are 7 planetary systems. In that, in the Rasatala planet, this demon, at the end of the millennium, he has stolen all these Vedas, his ignorance personified, and he has hidden there in the Rasatala. But the Supreme Lord is taking a divine form, like a form of a Hayagrīva, means horse head. The Haya means actually horse, and Griva means neck. So one was taken the divine form of a horse. That is called Hayagrīva incarnation. However, in his form as Hayagrīva, he retrieved the Vedas and returned them to Lord Brahma. So when Lord Brahma requested, and he taken this form and retrieved. So the residents are offering that respectful obeisance to the Supreme Lord, whose determination never fails. So Hayagrīva incarnation is the presiding deity in this Varsha, and the residents are offering prayers to Hayagrīva. Purport, Srila Prabhupada's purport, although Vedic knowledge is imperishable, within this material world, it is sometimes manifest and sometimes not. As we know in Bhagavad Gita, there are 5 topics: Ishvara, Prakriti, Kala, Karma, and Ishvara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kala, and Karma. In that we know 5 or actually 4 are eternal. Karma is not eternal. But in that, if you see, Prakriti is also actually sometime manifested during Pralaya, it is annihilated. And again during Srishti, when Mahavishnu will breathe out, all these universes are manifested. And this Prakriti is again destroyed, or it is not in the vision during the inhalation of Mahavishnu. Similarly, this Vedic knowledge also is imperishable. In this material world, it is imperishable. But it is sometimes manifest and sometimes not. That's what Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita. Imam Vivasvate Yogam Proktavanaham Avyam. Krishna is saying that this knowledge I have given to Sun God, millions of years before. But in the over a course of time, what happens? It has become hidden. And then now I am giving you, Arjuna, the same knowledge. So Vedic knowledge is like that. Sometimes due to the influence of time, it may not be visible or it may not be manifested. So that's why Prabhupada is stating, although Vedic knowledge is imperishable, because Vedas means, it is called, actually the translation of Veda means it is knowledge. It is having both spiritual knowledge as well as material knowledge in Vedas. And this Vedas is coming from the breathing of Lord, and it is given to Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kaviyanti Muhyati Surya. Means it has given to Lord Brahma's heart. It is revealed to the Lord Brahma heart by the mercy of the Supreme Lord. So it is imperishable. From the beginning of creation, Vedic knowledge is there. But this Vedic knowledge within this material world, when this Vedic knowledge is coming in this material world, it is sometimes manifest and sometimes not. Sometimes now, if you see in the future on the Kali Yuga also, this Vedic knowledge will not be so prominent. Because Prabhupada said that this knowledge which I am giving, it will be for first 10,000 years of Kali Yuga. Prabhupada said that my movement will be very strong, and my books will be the law books for first 10,000 years of Kali Yuga, because first 10,000 years of Kali Yuga is actually said as a golden period of Kali Yuga. So it will be there. And gradually this knowledge will not be destroyed, it will be hidden. It will not be manifested like now. Like we are reading now Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. Like this, there will not be, people will not be interested. People will not have faith. Because when the people of this material world become too absorbed in ignorance, in Tamogun, as Kali Yuga will progress, when they become too much absorbed in Tamogun, the Vedic knowledge will disappear. Because there is no demand, there is no supply. Like if you see any product in this material world also, if the consumers or customers, they do not buy that product, slowly the company will close its doors. Like if you see in India also, the Ford company, big car company, they closed because the business was not there. People did not buy, so they closed, it went in loss. So similarly, this world is actually a question of supply and demand. As long as we are hankering to know about God, we want to get knowledge about God, this knowledge will be there. But when people are no more interested in God or spiritual subjects, this knowledge will be, actually it will disappear. So that's why in future of Kali Yuga, Prabhupada, the people of this material world become too absorbed in Tamogun, not even Rajogun. Furthermore, the bottommost Tamogun, which is actually by laziness and dull intelligence, this Vedic knowledge will disappear. So Lord Hayagrīva or Lord Vatsya, two personalities are, divine personalities are mentioned here, because both had the function of retrieving the Vedas. One time Lord Hayagrīva retrieved the Vedas from this demon, and one time Lord Matsya also rescued the Vedas from a demon called Hayagrīva itself. Okay, so there are two pastimes here, which is referred in Bhagavatam at two places. We will discuss that after this purport. However, always protects the Vedic knowledge. So Hayagrīva also protects the Vedic knowledge. As I said that Lord Hayagrīva, there are many temples in India where the Lord is being especially prayed for intelligence, wisdom, and clarity. Especially students also pray to get good intelligence. So many temples in South India as well as North India, there is dedicated temple only for worshipping Lord Hayagrīva and Lord Matsya also. However, they always protect the Vedic knowledge, and in due course of time, it is again distributed through the medium of Lord Brahma. So it will disappear, and when they will retrieve it, and then again given to Lord Brahma, it is again distributed through the medium of Lord Brahma to the Jiva, living entities in this material world. Because why it is given to Brahma? Because Brahma is the trustworthy representative of the Supreme Lord. So the Lord entrusts Lord Brahma for distributing this Vedic knowledge. And we are also actually part of the Brahma Madhava Gaudiya Sampradaya, where Lord Krishna given this Vedic knowledge to Lord Brahma given this knowledge to Narada Muni given this, transmitted this knowledge to his disciple Vedavyas, and Vedavyas given this knowledge to Sukadeva Goswami given this, transmitted this knowledge to Parikshit Maharaj, and like that it is coming to again through Bhagavad Gita, Krishna to Arjun, then through that various, you can see in the beginning of Bhagavad Gita, that whole Guru Shishya Parampara is there. So it is, this knowledge is coming through the Guru Shishya Parampara. Therefore, when he again asked for the treasure of Vedic knowledge, the Lord fulfilled his desire. So this is about Hayagrīva. So as I said, Hayagrīva is a famous incarnation, divine horse form. Let us see the references in Bhagavatam. I will just share the screen 1 minute, where the references are given in Bhagavatam. One is in actually 7.9.37. 7th canto. If you have, you can also open and see 7th canto, 9th chapter, verse number 37. Okay, so I will share the screen now. I think you are able to see the screen now. You are able to see 7.9.37.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, yeah. So 7.9.37, you can see the verse. Tasmai Bhavan Haya Sirshas Tanuam Hi Vibrat Veda Dhruvo Atibalo Madhu Kaitabhakyo. So this verse is there. My dear Lord, when you appeared as Hayagrīva with the head of a horse, you killed two demons called as Madhu and Kaitaba. So this Madhu and Kaitaba, they are personification of Rajoguna and Tamoguna. So the Lord killed these two demons who are in the full modes of passion and ignorance. Then you delivered the Vedic knowledge to Lord Brahma. For this reason, all the great saints accept your form as transcendental, untinged by material qualities. So this same what we discussed now in more detail, this verse is there about Lord Hayagrīva. Prabhupada writes in the purport, the Supreme Personality of Godhead in this transcendental form is always ready to give protection to his devotees. As mentioned here, the Lord in the form of Hayagrīva killed the two demons named Madhu and Kaitaba when they attacked Lord Brahma. So this much only Prabhupada is giving instruction here. Then Prabhupada writes about general, about modern demons, saying that there is no life in the beginning of creation. But Srimad Bhagavatam, we understand that the first living creature created by the Supreme Personality of Godhead was Lord Brahma, who is full of Vedic understanding. Unfortunately, those interested in distributing Vedic knowledge, such as devotees, engaged in spreading Krishna consciousness, may sometimes be attacked by demons. But they must be rest assured that the demonic attacks will not be able to harm them, for the Lord is always prepared to give them protection. So this is the main thing. Whenever this Vedic knowledge is taken, the Lord retrieves and gives back to Brahma, and the devotees also will be protected, and this knowledge will be given by the Supreme Lord himself. So Prabhupada writes about the preaching here in this purport. The devotees of the Lord are always ready to spread the knowledge by which one may understand the Lord through Krishna consciousness. But the demons, being unable to understand the Supreme Lord, are full of ignorance and passion. So here Madhu and Kaitaba, they are representing ignorance and actually passion, both nature, three modes of material nature. And thus the Lord, however, always prepared to, the Lord whose form is transcendental, always ready to kill the demons by culturing the mode of goodness. So like that, it is said. So now also we are celebrating this book marathon in December, where the devotees are actually outreaching this, spreading of this Vedic knowledge in form of this scriptural distribution like Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam and Srila Prabhupada books. So that is what Prabhupada writes, the devotees of the Lord are always ready to spread the knowledge by which one may understand the Lord through Krishna consciousness. So this is one verse. So we should understand the Lord appeared as Hayagrīva and killed the demons called Madhu and Kaitaba and retrieved this Vedic knowledge and given to Lord Brahma. And again, Prabhupada refers to Matsya also, Matsya avatar. That is again here, if you see 8th canto, 24th chapter, verse number 57. See, you can see the screen. Atita Pralaya Paya Uttitaya Sa Vedase Atvasuram Hayagrīvam Vedan Prateharat Dari. So at the end of last inundation, see at the end of the Pralaya, during the period of Swayambhuva Manu, when Swayambhuva Manu appeared, the first Manu when he appeared, at the time of his inundation of this universe, the Supreme Personality of Godhead killed the demon named Hayagrīva. Here, there is also a demon called Hayagrīva, the same like the Lord. So there the Lord killed the demon called Hayagrīva and delivered the Vedic literatures to Lord Brahma when Lord Brahma awakened from sleeping. So Matsya also has taken the responsibility of retrieving the Vedas from the demon called Hayagrīva during the period of Swayambhuva Manu, during the inundation. And the Lord, as Hayagrīva, also killed the demons Kaitaba and what is the other person? Kaitaba and
Madhu and Kaitaba.
Madhu. So that's why he called Madhusudana. So the one who is killed the demon Madhu. So 2 times the Lord appeared for specific function of retrieving the Vedic literature. That's why we can see today's purport, Prabhupada writing. The Lord, here we can see the Lord Hayagrīva or Lord Matsya, however, always protects the Vedic knowledge. So these are the 2 references from Bhagavatam. Apart from this, there are also references about Lord Hayagrīva in Rig Veda. Also in there is Matsya Purana is there. Also there is in Skanda Purana. Like that, in many scriptural references are there about the appearance of Lord Hayagrīva as well as Lord Matsya and how they retrieved the Vedas. More details are there. And there are a lot of temples associated with the Lord Hayagrīva incarnation for getting intelligence and wisdom. Hare Krishna. So this is about today description about the prayer to Hayasesha. Hayasesha refers to Lord Hayagrīva. He is the presiding deity in the tract of land in Jambūdvīpa called Bhadrashra Varsha, where the key inhabitants are Bhadrashrava, the king, and the inhabitants from verse number 1 to 6, they are glorifying the Lord by various prayers, where first they begin by telling how the materialists are getting illusioned. They are getting cheated by this material energy, and alas, they are facing this insurmountable death. They are getting cheated. And the fourth verse is saying that powerful Maya is not only bewildering the materialist, but they are also, the Maya bewilders even the learned sages that we saw yesterday. And these are all because of inconceivable energies, oh my dear Lord. And also today they are saying that, further praising the Lord, that whenever the Vedic knowledge is stolen by these demonic people, you come in a divine form, and then you give this Vedas. You retrieve this Vedas, so that all the living entities, they are getting the benefit out of this Vedic knowledge, how to come back to you. Like that, they are glorified. So from verse number 7 to 14 will be prayers to Lord Nrsimha by Prahlad Maharaj in Harivarsha. Hare Krishna. So any devotees would like to express any of their understanding on this verse, and or any questions or comments, you can unmute yourself and discuss that point. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes,
This
Mataji.
demon Hayagrīva is actually heard that son of Kashyapa Prajapati
Yes.
and mother Didi.
Not Mother Diti, Mataji. Actually, I referred that one. It's Kashyapa Muni and one more actually.
Other daughter of Daksha Prajapati.
Yes. Kashyapa Muni's father, but mother is actually not Diti. So I will check that also, but not the. We can check actually. We can check that.
Okay, Prabhuji. But I heard from some class, that's why.
I will tell you the name, Mataji. I will tell you.
Okay.
For this class is completing, I will tell you that.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Thank you.
So any other points of discussion? Danu. The demon Hayagrīva was a son of Kashyapa and Danu.
Okay.
Became the first ruler of Danavas.
Danavas. Okay.
Danu. Kashyapa and Danu.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji.
Welcome. So a lot of references are there for if you go, it's a very big subject about Hayagrīva. So when I referred, actually there is so much information available about Hayagrīva, how he is bestower of the Vedic knowledge. That's also one name of Hayagrīva is also he's giving this divine knowledge. That's also name Hayagrīva is there. So like that is there. Is an avatar of this means Haya means horse and giver means neck. So there are like two stories. One is we already discussed that one. One is from Mahabharata also this Hayagrīva incarnation is there, and one more is there from Devi Bhagavatam. So this so much information is there. So by Hayagrīva is linked with divine knowledge, learning, and wisdom. His color is white head. So white represents clarity, purity, virtue, dharma. So in Hindu Rigveda, there are numerous slokas references dedicated to Hayagrīva of horse form. So all this, there are many references like that. The Devi Bhagavata also there, as well as in Mahabharata also there, these pastimes. Hare Krishna. So if there are no further doubts, we can actually go to the next verse. So we are starting a new section of prayer, which is actually now we are saying prayers to Lord Nrsimha by Prahlad Maharaj in Harivarsha. Anybody would like to recite? It's a big verse actually. Harivarsha. Who wants to recite this verse?
Nobody is there. I will recite, Prabhu.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to.
Anybody wants to recite? Yeah, otherwise Mataji, you can recite.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. हरिवर्षे चापि भगवान् नरहरिरूपेणास्ते तद्रूपग्रहणनिमित्तम् उत्तरत्राभिधास्ये तद्दइदं रूपं महापुरुषगुणभाजनो महाभागवतो दैत्यदानवकुलतीर्थीकरणशीलाचरितः प्रह्लादो अव्यवधान अनन्यभक्तियोगेन सह तद्वर्षपुरुषैरुपास्ते इदं चोदाहरति हरिवर्षे चापि भगवान् नरहरिरूपेणास्ते तद्रूपग्रहणनिमित्तम् उत्तरत्राभिधास्ये तद्दइदं रूपं महापुरुषगुणभाजनो महाभागवतो दैत्यदानवकुलतीर्थीकरणशीलाचरितः प्रह्लादो अव्यवधान अनन्यभक्तियोगेन सह तद्वर्षपुरुषैरुपास्ते इदं चोदाहरति.
Hare Krishna.
Translation. Shukadeva Goswami continued, My dear king, Lord Nrsimhadeva resides in the tract of land known as Harivarsha. In the 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, I shall describe to you how Prahlada Maharaja caused the Lord to assume the form of Nrsimhadeva. Prahlada Maharaja, the topmost devotee of the Lord, is a reservoir of all the good qualities of great personalities. His character and activities have delivered all the fallen members of his demonic family. Lord Nrsimhadeva is very dear to this exalted personality. Thus, Prahlada Maharaja, along with his servants and all the denizens of Harivarsha, worships the Lord Nrsimhadeva by chanting the following mantra. Purport. Jayadeva Goswami then prayers worshipping the incarnation of Lord Krishna, Keshava, contain his name in every stanza. For example, Keshava Dhrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Keshava Dhrita Meena
Sarira.
Jaya Jagadisha Hare. And Keshava Dharta Vamana Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare. The word Jagadisha refers to the proprietor of all the universes. His original form is the two-handed form of Lord Krishna, standing with a flute in his hands and engaged in tending the cows. As stated in Brahma Samhita, Chindamani Pragara Satmasu Kalpavriksha Lakshapriteshu Surabhir Abhipalayandam Lakshmi Sahasrashada Sambrama Sevyamanam Govindam Adipurusham Tam Aham Bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primeval god, the first progenitor who is tending the cows, yielding all desires in abodes built with spiritual gems and surrounded by millions of purpose trees. He is always served with great reverence and affection by hundreds and thousands of goddesses of fortune. From this verse, we learn that Govinda or Krishna is the Adi Purusha, the original person. The Lord has innumerable incarnations, exactly like the innumerable waves of a flowing river, but the original form is Krishna or Keshava. Shukadeva Goswami refers to Nrsimhadeva because of Prahlad Maharaja. Prahlad Maharaja was put into great distress by his powerful father, the demon Hiranyakashipu. Apparently helpless before him, Prahlada Maharaja called on the Lord, who immediately assumed the gigantic form of Nrsimhadeva, half lion and half man, to kill the gigantic demon. Although Krishna is the original person, one without a second, he assumes different forms just to satisfy his devotees or to execute a specific purpose. Therefore, Jayadeva Goswami always repeats the name of Keshava, the original personality of Godhead, in his prayers, describing the Lord's different incarnations for different purposes.
Hare
Krishna.
Thank you very much, Mataji. Very nicely recited the verse. Hare Krishna. So we will start this prayer to Lord Nrsimhadev by Prahlad Maharaj. So here, if you see, Sukadeva Goswami is continuing his narration after completing the previous prayers. He is continuing how the tract of the people here, they are praying to Lord Nrsimhadev. The Sukadeva Goswami is continuing, my dear king, Parikshit Maharaj is saying, Lord Nrsimhadev resides in the tract of land known as Harivarsha. I think we already seen that 9 tracts of land we have seen. So 1 tract of land is Hari Varsha. So in the 7th canto, we'll have this special, this Leela is very detailed explained there, appearance of Lord Nrsimhadev. And I shall describe you to how Prahlad Maharaj caused the Lord to assume the form of Nrsimhadev. Prahlad Maharaj, the topmost devotee of the Lord, Bhagavata, is a reservoir of all the good qualities of great personalities. It is that pure devotee of the Lord, they have all the good qualities automatically with them. You know, they even have the all qualities, even which the demigods do not possess. Even they are considered the pure devotees of the Lord, or even considered they are higher than the devatas, because the devatas still they have some tinge of some material qualities. That's why they are still in the Brahmanda within this. But the pure devotees of the Lord, they are higher than the devatas. So that's the reason why when you are praying Krishna and we are worshipping the spiritual master, it is said that no need to worship any devatas separately. His character and activities have delivered all the fallen members of his demonic family. So he was such an elevated Mahabhagavat because of his exemplary character and the exemplary devotion. Even the demonic family was delivered. So one time, Gauranga Prabhu was saying in one lecture, actually when he was in Chennai, so he was discussing, he has taken some Govind Prabhu along with him for a lecture with his family members, for his family members. So they was giving lecture because initially when Gauranga Prabhu came to Krishna consciousness, there was so much opposition from his family members. So when Govind Prabhu was saying that, you know, when a person in a family becomes a devotee, pure devotee of the Lord, all his generations, they will be liberated. So all these family members, when they are hearing, they become very jubilant, very happy, because of him, they will also get the meaning. Then they told that, yes, let him do devotion very nicely, that whatever support you want, we'll give. Like that, they all change their immediately, their thing. So that is the thing. One blessing is there that anybody becomes a pure devotee of the Lord. All their family members also get that benediction. They will also be delivered. So that is actually here explained by Sukadeva Goswami. He delivered all the family members of his demonic family. Lord Nrsimhadev is very dear to this exalted, because Prahlad Maharaj was very, very dear to Lord Nrsimhadev. When he came in that Ugra form, even Lakshmi Devi was afraid to go near, Lord Shiva was afraid to go near Nrsimhadev to pacify him, Lord Brahma was afraid to go near him. But Prahlad Maharaj, he boldly went near Nrsimhadev. The moment Nrsimhadev placed his hands on Prahlad Maharaj, he became very pacified, very happy, and he took Prahlad Maharaj and made him sit on his lap. So, so loving exchange they had. So Lord Nrsimhadev is very dear to this exalted personality. Thus Prahlad Maharaj, along with his servants and all the denizens of Harivarsha. So all the citizens, they say denizens, because in the higher planets, the denizens. And they all worship Lord Nrsimhadev by chanting the following mantra. That is actually come in the next verse. What is that mantra? Om Namo Bhagavate Nrsimhaya. Namastejas Tejase Avir Bhava Vajranaka Vajradamsra. So that verse will sit next one. So Prabhupada purport here. Jayadev Goswami's 10 prayers. We know Jayadev Goswami's Dasavatara Sostra. Every time when we celebrate any festival, we are actually reciting the Jayadev Goswami Dasavatara Stotra, worshipping the incarnations of Lord Krishna, Keshava. So, for example, Keshava Dhrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha. So, during Nrsimha Jayanti, we sing this song, Bhajan. Keshava Dhrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha. Similarly, Keshava Dhrita Meena Sarira. Just now we saw that Matsya Avatar, Meena Sarira, Jaya Jagadisha Hare. And Keshava Dhrita Vamana Rupa Jaya Jaya. Like that, all these 10 verses are there, glorifying each incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So here the word specifically Jagadisha. Jagat means universe, Isha means controller. Jagadisha means represents the proprietor of all the universes. That is called Jagat Isha. Isha controller, and Jagat means the supreme proprietor of Jagat means universe, and controller. Controller or proprietor of all the universes. That's why the Lord is addressed as Jagadisha. Jaya means victory to you. Jagadisha Hare, Krishna. Hare means Krishna. His original form is 200 form of Lord Krishna, Shama Sundar form, standing with flute in his hands and engaged in tending cows. See, Lord, even though he is a supreme Lord, he takes a very, very simple form. Beautiful form, at the same time very simple, that he's just having a flute, and he's actually loves engaging, tending the cows. So that is actually sung by Lord Brahma in Brahma Samhita. Chinta Mani Prakara Susatma Shukalpa Vriksha. That means this Gola Kundavan is made of touch stones, Chintamani stones. Kalpa Vriksha trees are there, desire fulfilling trees. Laksha Vriteshu Surabhi Rapi Palayam. So there are milk giving Surabhi cows which give unlimited milk. Lakshmi Sahasra Sata Sambrama Sevyamana means the Lakshmi Devis are standing in line. Thousands of Lakshmi Devis are waiting to serve the Lord Sevyamana. To that Lord Govindam Adi Purusham, who is a primeval Lord, Tamaham Bhajami. I offer my respectful obeisances. Lord Brahma's prayers in Brahma Samhita. Every time we do Abhishek to the Lord, we are reciting this Brahma Samhita. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, the first progenitor who is tending the cows, yielding all desires in abodes built with spiritual gems, that is Chintamani Dham, and surrounded by millions of purpose trees or desire fulfilling trees called Kalpa Vriksha trees. So this is the beauty of the spiritual world. Sometimes material world we see certain places are very beautiful, but spiritual world, but here this material world, even though it looks beautiful, it is temporary. Suddenly there is a tsunami, there is a typhoon, there is a tornado, and there is a climate imbalance. So and suddenly we see that beautiful place is overturned in a night. But spiritual world, there is no such disturbances. It is so beautiful. It is all the houses are made with Chintamani, touchstones, and it is having desire fulfilling trees. So desire fulfilling trees, Prabhupada says that what is desire fulfilling trees? Prabhupada says that if a tree in the material world, a mango tree can give only mango, it cannot give you grapes or watermelon. But desire fulfilling trees means it can give anything you desire. So Prabhupada says interestingly that if you go to a mango tree and you ask for samosa and kachori, still it will give because it has that capability. That is the beauty and power of the trees in the spiritual world. It's not like the trees in the material. So he is always served with great reverence and affection by hundreds and thousands of goddess of fortune. So all these goddess of fortune, they are expansions of Srimati Radharani. So they are all actually eagerly waiting to serve the Lord in the spiritual world. From this verse, we can learn that Govinda or Krishna is the Adi Purusha. Adi Purusha means the original person. So from the Lord, when we say God, what is God? Actually, he is the originator of everything, but he does not have any origin. That person is called as the Lord or God. So we say G for generator, O for operator, and D for destructor. So there is one primeval person from where everybody is originated. Whether we say Lord Shiva, or Lord Brahma, with 33 crores of demigods, or the millions of Jivatmas here. But there is original. Because above that, if there is somebody, then he cannot be called. So who is the origin of everything? Who does not have any origin? He is called as the original person or Adi Purusham. Purusham is the personality. And Adi means he is the Adi, original. From him, all persons they come. So that is called Adi Purusha. The Lord has innumerable incarnations, like the waves in the sea, exactly like innumerable waves of a flowing river. But the original form is Krishna or Kesava. So this is according to the scripture. Because people always have doubt in India, because we pray to so many gods, we do not know which God is actually supreme or whom to pray. So because we don't have the lack of knowledge, we put all their photos because we do not know who is who. So we want to satisfy everyone so that even if one person will not bless me, the other everybody's photo, because lack of scriptural knowledge or ignorance, you can say. So that is very clearly from scriptures we understand that there was only one primeval Lord. So that is accepted not only in Sanatana Dharma, also in other religions like Christianity and Islam. They all believe that there is only one supreme Lord and nobody is equal or greater than him. So in every religion, it is accepted that there is only one God, but he is called in different names according to the different places, time and circumstances and culture. He is worshipped in different ways. He is called by different names, and he is actually known by different personality. So that Lord is actually Keshava or Krishna from our Vedic scripture, Brahma Samhita, Govindam Adi Purusha. Sukadeva Goswami refers to Nrsimhadev because of Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj is put into great distress by his powerful father, the demon Hiranyakashipu. So we know Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha, they are Jaya and Vijaya. They were cursed to fall down from Vaikuntha and become as demons. And he was tormenting his own child, very young. Prahlad Maharaj was very small, but he was so much tormenting him because he was not worshipping Hiranyakashipu. Instead, he was worshipping Lord Vishnu. So Hiranyakashipu became very disturbed because the demons do not like if you worship God. They are against all the scriptures and worshipping. So even current world, modern world, we can see that people are against worshipping God. They say we are secular. We don't want to bring any God into picture. That is like trying to live in the kingdom of God without God. So that is a demonic attitude. So Krishna explains more about demonic personalities or demonic mentality in the 16th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Devi Asuri Sampat, divine and demonic natures. So apparently, Prahlad Maharaj was so small, so he cannot fight with his father. He became very helpless. So Prahlad Maharaj knows who can protect him. So he did not go to his mother, he did not go to his relatives, he did not go to his friends. No. Prahlad Maharaj took the shelter of Lord Vishnu. Prahlad Maharaj called on the Lord, who immediately assumed a gigantic form of Nrsimhadev, half lion and half man. This is a very famous pastime. We are celebrating Nrsimha Chaturdashi every year. Nrsimhadev is actually known for protecting the devotees. That's why every time before we travel, before somebody is very sick or undergoing any medical treatment, we pray the Nrsimha Kavacha for protection, because Nrsimhadev is actually blessing the place with protection. And Nrsimhadev also, before when Mayapur was established, initially there was a lot of attacks from the local dacoits. And then Prabhupada recommended that you install Nrsimhadev deity. And the Nrsimhadev deity was carved in Tamil Nadu, Ugra Nrsimha. So nobody was ready to carve this deity because it is very dangerous to carve Nrsimhadev, Ugra Nrsimha, because they want to install Ugra Nrsimha, not Shanta Nrsimha. Shanta Nrsimha is very smiling, and Prahlad Maharaj and Lakshmi Devi is nearby. So Nrsimhadev is very cool, but Ugra Nrsimha is very fierce form. So nobody agreed actually. But finally, after request, one Stapati, who carves the sculpture, he agreed. And but with condition that the moment I finish, immediately you should take the deity from here. So like that, this deity was carved in Tamil Nadu and then shifted to Mayapur. And then there are a lot of pastimes which happened in Mayapur. There's a separate book for that. And the moment it was installed, from that day onwards, the Mayapur Dham is protected without any attacks. So Nrsimhadev is known for protecting the devotees from any danger. To kill the gigantic demon, although Krishna is the original person, one without a second. See, God, Supreme Lord is one without a second. There is nobody equal or greater to him. He assumes different forms just to satisfy his devotees or to execute a specific purpose. Jai Jagadishari. So therefore, Jayadev Goswami always repeats the name of Keshava, the original KC demon. Also, he killed. That's why he's called as Keshava. And also one who has a long hair. Keshava means that long hair. So that's the reason also Lord is called as Keshava, because he has a very long, beautiful curling hairs. The original personality of Godhead, in his prayers describing the Lord's different incarnations for different purposes. Hare Krishna. So that we are reciting every time this Dasavatara Stotra. So we all know that Stotra. So this is the prayer. The prayer will begin from the verse number 8. Prahlad Maharaj prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Nrsimhadev. I think that we will see tomorrow. Up to 14 verses. 14 verses is actually offering the prayers. Some philosophies also there in the prayers. That you can see tomorrow. Hare Krishna. So anybody has any questions, comments, or you want to share your understanding or realization, please feel free to share that. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Sadhanta Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji, because it's
Okay, sir.
yeah.
Mamaji?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare
This
Krishna. Mataji.
Hayagrīva's form is like a pig, no, Prabhuji?
No, horse.
Is Varaha.
That's what.
Varaha.
That's what. My Prabhuji was telling, I told it is a pig type, no, means he told, no, it is horse type.
Horse. Mataji, the Hayagrīva, no, there's a lot of temples, right? The children, the students, before writing exam, they go and pray because he gives this
Yes.
knowledge, wisdom, like that.
Why it is in horse form, Prabhuji?
Because Lord takes different form, Mataji, like Nrsimhadev form also. I'm not very clear on that, why he has taken horse form.
Prabhuji, in
Actually, for what purpose he has come like a horse type? That's what I want to know.
Sarvadita
Because I
Mataji.
have not come across about this.
I don't know, I'm sure or not. I heard one story like when this demon actually was having more power. He was very powerful and he was invisible. And
He got a boon also,
unable to,
Mataji. He got a
very-
boon from the Devi that
Yes, Devi, goddess Durga, and
Yeah.
very difficult to catch him because he having that capacity to become invincible. So
invincible.
Brahma,
Yes.
then invisible. Then Brahma and all other demigods tried to kill him, and they called Lord Vishnu, but he was in a he was doing some
Meditation on some bow or something like that.
Yes, and Brahma did something like he was actually, because he was in meditation in another position actually. So Brahma was trying to put something like in that way. He was actually by making some sound. He was trying to bring Lord Vishnu back to his normal consciousness. But by doing some trick, by mistakenly cut off Lord Vishnu's head. Then
Vishwakarma quickly cut off with axe.
yes, under something like that. And Lord, they all pray to Mother Durga because she only could do something. And then she brought one horse, white horse, and chop off that horse head and suddenly put on Lord Vishnu's head.
Yes. This is in Devi Bhagavata, I think.
Yeah, somewhere I heard, bro.
Devi Bhagavata,
But it is from our ISKCON only, from when Prabhu was telling.
Yeah, correct only, Mataji. Yes. Same like Ganesh, no? Their head was cut off and the elephant head was reinstated. Yeah. So correct, Mataji, what you are saying, no? This is there. One is actually the killing of the Asuras, Madhu and Kaitaba. That is there already we discussed. And then Devi Bhagavata tells about this. That this demon called Hayagrīva did penance to Adi Shakti and obtained a boon to get killed only by a person who was a horse head. Because they cannot give the immortality. No? So he's saying only if somebody will come with this, then I can be killed. Otherwise, nobody can kill me. So then he become, then the Devi offers his prediction. And that made him very powerful and invincible. So then the lords, the demigods, they approached Lord Vishnu to take his help. But Lord Vishnu, as Mataji was saying, was in meditation, supporting his head on his bow. So then Lord Brahma created some ants and told them to eat away one part of the bow so that when it breaks, Lord Vishnu meditation will also break. So, but when it was done, Lord Vishnu's head got cut, entangled with the string of the bow. Vishwakarma then fixed a horse head there to correct it. After killing the demon Hayagrīva, Lord Vishnu did penance and got back his original head. This is the Devi Bhagavata. So what you said, Mata, is same thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Mata, clear, Mataji? Vinodini, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji, clear.
These are all different scriptures, Mataji is giving different, pastimes of the Lord. And this all happens at different kalpa. Sometimes there may be different descriptions also, because at one kalpa and other kalpa, like this. So this was actually the head restored by horse because Lord Vishnu's head was like that. This Devi Bhagavad. Like that.
Okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Any other question?
Thank you, Mataji.
Here we can see the tracts of land, the 9 tracts of land, actually, the Jambūdvīpa, that we will discuss from the chapter number 19 also. The more descriptions about Jambūdvīpa. Here we can see Bhadrashrava Varsha, that's what we have discussed here. You can see Hayagrīva, Hayasirsha, and Bhadrashrava is the king. The predominating deity is actually Hayagrīva. And next we are coming down to Hari Varsha, where Nrsimhadev is the presiding deity, and Prahlad Maharaj and the citizens are actually here. They are offering their prayers to the Lord. So this is why second prayer. See tomorrow. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
As you
Krishna.
spoke about Prabhuji, like, okay,
Yes.
Prabhuji, continue, please.
Shankaraj Maharaj Prabhu, yes.
Right, Prabhu. Thanks for a very nice explanation. But Lord Hayagrīva, this is so giving beautiful explanations last 2 days, and today also you elaborated very nicely. Prabhuji, one small question regarding this Lord Hayagrīva. Just we discussed, it is giving by worshipping for this intelligence.
Yes, there is
This
one
is
mantra also, Prabhu. There is one specific mantra
yes,
where children can receive that mantra. To get steady intelligence like that. They offer like cardamom garland, cardamom. So
I
Hayagrīva,
hear, Prabhu, yeah.
cardamom. They will offer cardamom garland. Specific days are there in month. Offer cardamom garland and cardamom milk. And then actually there is a sloka verse actually which they are recommended to recite before the Lord.
Okay. Especially for children. Exams.
Yes.
And probably this before also, just I hear reading the scriptures and various lectures.
Jnanandamayam Devam, Hayagrīva Upasana, like that one verse will come.
Okay, Prabhu. And this Saraswati, Mother Saraswati, this Brahma's wife. So before we used to come Krishna consciousness, they are also worshipping. Namaste Saraswati, we are praying, we are offering prayers, invoking prayers. So Lord Mother Saraswati is also that they are worshipping. So
Prabhu, voice is not clear. Can you repeat that what you are saying? Voice is breaking.
Yeah, am I audible? Yeah. Prabhu, this Mother Saraswati also we are invoking prayers, starting prayers.
For education, right? For Saraswati for education, right?
Education. And this is Hayagrīva is entirely different position to getting this.
This is Lord Vishnu's incarnation, no?
Vishnu, yeah.
Yeah, Saraswati is actually Devata, right?
Devata, okay.
So Lord, this is Supreme Lord, right? Hayagrīva is an incarnation of the Lord. So that is the difference.
Yeah. And also this avatar, Prabhu, even Dasavatar, 10 avatars, another avatars, even also our yeah, you were not mentioned. Only like Varaga, Kurma, Macha, this is another avatars, all they mentioned.
Yeah,
around
because
23.
We read not today's Prabhupada, but the avatars incarnations are like rivers, flow, like what is that, waves in the rivers. So there are innumerable incarnations. I think Bhagavatam mentions about 23 or 24 in the beginning.
24 something it is mentioned.
24, okay. And the prominent only Jaydev Goswami is saying, the prominent ones.
So in innumerable avatars, only what is the prominent only discussing. So remaining maybe thousands of avatars, but it's not mentioned. Like
waves in the ocean, there is no, you cannot. So that know that all these are categorized into 6 categories: Satyavash avatar, Leela avatar,
Guna avatar.
They come under the 6 categories, but there are innumerable.
Okay, bro. So Hayagrīva is not mentioned even as avatar. So just we are reading this verses.
Bro, but it is referred at many places, as I said, no. In Rig Veda it is mentioned. There are a lot of scriptures which are mentioning about Hayagrīva, the Devi Bhagavata, and also Bhagavatam also mentions, no. Bhagavatam mentions. I referred one more verse also today, right? One is 7, 9, 37, and then correct, Mataji, 7, 9, 37, right?
Yes, bro. And the 8th canto also we read.
That is Matsya, right?
Matsya. Regarding this.
So there are various scriptures actually giving references to Hayagrīva. But specifically that depends on the prominent avatars only mentioned in Dasavatar. We always say then Dasavatar only. Dasavatar. But there are many avatars. But it is mentioned here and other scriptures.
Also here, Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji.
No, here, Dayabak. So yesterday, just the inheritance. So usually the inheritance means we are the property inheritance. Here, Krishna, the Nrsimhadev, in his lap, the sun, just like the sun, Prahlad Maharaj sitting is there. So that is what is the difference that we can clearly understand that one. Who is the Supreme Lord, Supreme Father?
Prabhu, I did not understand that. Like, can you repeat one more time? Sorry.
Yeah, but Dayabhag means we are inheritance.
Dayabhag.
Means,
Yeah. Dayabhag. Okay. That
Yeah.
famous verse, right?
Yeah.
Dayabhag.
Yeah, inheritance means the property of the father. So here,
Yes.
the original father, who is the original father? The Supreme Lord. So it is
Yes.
only the Nrsimhadev in his lap, the son, who is, his father is Hiranyakashipu, but
Yes.
he's sitting in this father's lap.
Dayabhag.
So what is, yeah.
Rightfully, he is entitled to get whatever the Lord's blessing.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. Yes. Hare Krishna. Very,
Hare
very.
Krishna. Thank you very much for sharing that. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So, any other questions or comments?
So Hayagrīva, see, Prabhu, this one, two types are the Vedas are recovering, right, Prabhu?
2 times, Prabhu. Yes, one time as Matsya Avatar, right, Prabhu?
Matsya Avatar, yeah. Matsya Avatar, and this one is Hayagrīva.
Yes.
Mm.
So, 2 times. But this will again happen every Kalpa, Prabhu.
Okay.
It's not one time exercise, no? Like.
Okay. Every Kalpa.
No, Hayagrīva Sutram, Jnanandamayam Devam, Nirmalam Spatika Krutam, Adaram Sarva Vidyanam, Hayagrīva Upasame. It's a popular Hayagrīva mantra for education.
Oh.
Jnanandamaya Devam.
The sloga is where, Prabhu?
This is actually the children are reciting for good.
Okay.
If you go everywhere on YouTube and all, you will get so much this one. Very famous Hayagrīva mantra. They recite 108 times, 1008 times like that. Jnanandamayam Devam. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
So any other questions or comments? Okay. So if there are no further discussions, we'll end today's session. Thank you all for participating in this Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Tomorrow we will continue with the prayers to Lord Nrsimhadev by Prahlad Maharaj.
Okay. We can chant 3 times Hare Krishna Mahamantra.
Chant Hare Krishna
Mahamantra
and
all the
Vaishnavas. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.